Now, individuals, community groups, business owners and farmers will be able to sell electricity to the national grid if they generate it from solar panels on their roofs, wind turbines and other sustainable energy sources. It's part of the government's microgeneration support scheme, which is set to begin in July. Cian McCormack joins us now. And Cian, you can tell us more about this microgeneration support scheme.
Yeah, Mary, it's about allowing people make electricity and get money for it, and the scheme is in public consultation at the moment until the end of this month. People can make submissions until then. I should actually say the middle of this month. Here is the Minister for Environment, Climate and Communications, Eamon Ryan.
It's a scheme to get people generating power at home and in their own business and on the farm. And it's in that way to be part of the revolution we need to make, which is a switch away from fossil fuels and bring the power back to the people.
You talk about people getting a fair price. What's a fair price?
The consultation will have to kind of help us deliver that. First and foremost, I think the real benefit when you do have your own power is not having to pay for the electricity you're using. That's the first. And I think for most householders and most businesses, the real saving will be here in their own electricity bills. But there are instances and occasions when, for a variety of different reasons, you're not using that power where it's available. We want to help the maths to make it economic. So this consultation will help decide that.
Minister Eamon Ryan there. And Cian, what will it mean for anyone who wants to produce electricity at home?
Well, it's proposed 30% of the excess electricity that people produce can be sold onto the national grid. There are questions about the cost benefit of doing this, and on the issue of price, Paddy Phelan, the CEO of the Three Counties Energy Agency for Kilkenny, Carlow and Wexford, says initial projections could mean a homeowner could spend 14 years recouping the cost of their solar panels.
These are just indicated numbers within the consultation, that I would see that the incentive would need to be greater to get people to change their behaviour, particularly at the outset. But in the context of export, limiting export on a household or a business or a farm to 30% is a missed opportunity for all the available roof space on all of the homes, businesses, farms, community halls into the future, and converting that into clean electricity. So limiting export to 30%, I think that is borne out by the difficulties that we might see in terms of the age of our electricity network. So the government really need to consider bolstering the supports to the network to allow it to be upgraded and to facilitate expanding the scheme to allow for more export from all the community buildings, farm roof buildings and homes right across the country.
Potato and carrot farmer Tommy O'Shea of O'Shea Farms in Piltown in County Kilkenny runs part of his business on solar panels. He thinks he has scope to generate even more electricity, and he says the 30% limit is just too small.
If you take it a business that's running 5 days a week, so you're using most of your electricity in those hours, and then particularly in the long evenings in the summertime, you could be producing a lot of electricity at that point in the long evenings in July and August, and you'd probably exceed the 30% you'd be allowed export to the grid at those times.
Tommy O'Shea there. What about the electricity suppliers, Cian? Are they happy about this?
The Electricity Association of Ireland represents suppliers and it's welcoming the scheme. Here's its CEO, Darragh Lynott.
We think this is very exciting. European legislation really establishes this right for consumers so they can generate renewable electricity for their own consumption, but they also get to sell any excess generated. And I think if you go back to the Citizens' Assembly on Climate Change, they stress the importance of ensuring citizens are at the centre of this transition to greener energy. Our suppliers and our members who are suppliers are committed to enabling this active participation by consumers.
Darragh Lynott there. Well, earlier we heard Paddy Phelan of the Three Counties Energy Agency raise questions about the capacity of the electricity network. I asked Minister Eamon Ryan if the existing network can take lots and lots of micro generators spilling excess electricity onto it. Here's how he responded.
we do have a real challenge in our network, in our distribution network and transmission network, to really scale it up to make it capable of availing of this really competitive fuel supply, this renewable supply we have. Having significant microgeneration, in my mind, supports the grid, stabilises it. It's part of this revolution that the ESB, particularly as the ESB Networks, as the distribution company, they're going to introduce a whole range of, well, firstly, we're going to put a smart meter into every single home in the next 3 to 4 years and put in very smart IT systems with it. So we're turning things on and off to match the variable renewable power supply we have, not just in the home, but on the whole network.
You think the grid can take it?
Yeah, I think it'll require huge investment. It'll require real engineering expertise from the ESB Networks, but I'm confident that they can and will do that.
Are the resources, the systems, the people, is everything there to allow everyone get access if they want to?
It'll take time, and it's not a small investment. The government approved the other day an increase in ESB's borrowing limits, recognising that we will have to invest in the grid, and it will take time to roll out all those smart meters and all the kind of smart systems. But this is the right way to go, because in the end, you always have to remember that the fuel in this case is free.
Minister for Environment, Climate and Communications, Eamon Ryan there. Well, the closing date for submissions on the Microgeneration Support Scheme public consultation is February 18th, and more details can be found at gov.ie. Mary.
All right, Cian, thank you very much. Cian McCormack reporting there.